After a couple weeks of fermenting, we decided to bottle our cider. This is our cider that we're brewing with Saison beer yeast in the hopes of kind of getting that good Saison character. Since this is our first time, the big question has been when to bottle. And there's been a couple indicators we've tried to look for. One is seeing if the cider is clarifying or not, if it's looking more clear. Another is just simply observing the airlock activity and seeing how often it bubbles and seeing how it's slowing down. But the indicator that we've relied on the most has quite simply just been taste. And so over these past few weeks we've been tasting it every once in a while, kind of seeing how it's developing, and really just looking for it to get to a point where we enjoy it. This whole process has really been a big experiment. We've let the cider do its thing for the most part and only intervened a little bit. Bottling has been a step we've anticipated a lot because it's kind of the crux move that will determine what the cider will be like. And so recently it did get to a point where we all agreed it was enjoyable. Just knowing the nature of fermentation, we could also tell it was getting to a point where it would be good to bottle anyways, so it didn't develop too much acidity or too much dryness. And so we got the supplies and we bottled. On the day of bottling, it had some decent dryness. It had a little bit of sweetness still, and some good acidity, and of course some good character from the fermentation. The bottling process was pretty simple. We did prime the cider with a little bit of sugar in our hopes of kind of getting more of a sparkling cider. But other than that, we simply siphoned it into our bottles, gave them a good amount of headspace, and capped them off. At this point, we probably won't know for several more weeks or maybe even months if the cider is ready. That's kind of the game, you could say, you play with fermentation, where you try to anticipate how things will change over time. And that can lead to very good, well-developed flavors and results, but it can also lead to unexpected places. We do still have a plan B. We have some cider that has not been inoculated with any yeast at all and is just fermenting completely on its own. And so hopefully if the Saison cider doesn't quite work out, we can make something work out with that. But with both, we're taking a fairly hands-off approach and trying to just steer them in ways we know we can. And we're just trying to literally sort of make the cider to taste. This has been a very great experience so far because it's sort of our first dive into the world of brewing. And so hopefully this will prepare us for more complicated brews down the road. So in the meantime, we're just going to let time do its thing, and hopefully in a while we'll have some good news to share with you.